Perfect. And where do we can get that from the products part of the website here?
Yeah, products, and you'll see Charts Plus edition.
Charts Plus. Okay, awesome. There we go. And we're doing that for a $195 lifetime. Okay, very good. That's very competitive. So $200 in lifetime, you get charts. That?
Yeah, and like the replay mode can actually be a very expensive feature if you look at other software products. Most of them don't come with a replay mode, and the ones that do charge a lot for it.
Yep.
So I think that's actually a pretty good pretty good deal.
Yeah, actually, I use the replay mode a lot, just to go back and replay stuff, on smaller time frames and just kind of see how trades played out. And it's great for when I prepare presentations to reenact the trade and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people aren't doing presentations with it, but it's great to go back and kind of trade at night when your markets are closing and you want to practice. So it's a good thing, and it works very well too. So.
Yeah, on the rare times that I do presentations, I always use the replay mode. I'll go and I'll find the perfect setup, and then I'll
what are you saying? You're cherry picking them? Come on, T.
Oh well, I'm not trying to impress everybody with my analysis skills. I just want to showcase the features.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's definitely good to go back and see how you would have traded things. So, that's cool. That's cool. Everything else is going well then.
Yeah, we're probably going to release a 4.2.17 out soon. Some bug fixes. Another broker we're looking to bring on board to. It's DAW trading, DAW trading. It's another futures broker.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So we're looking at that. We're also looking at doing some more stuff with IQ feed. So we're hoping to offer IQ feed to our customers as well. So.
Oh, good. I got to talk to you about that offline, but that's good. They're treating us well, so that's and it's powering MotiveWave pretty well, so good to hear.
Yeah, and I think they're also still working away on, trying to find a way to get well, you can get IQ feed to work on a Mac, but you have to run something like Wine or something like that. But I know they're also working at trying to find a more user-friendly solution for that.
I have to use Wine? I have to drink like Cabernet?
I think it was Wine. It's like an open source product for running Windows applications natively on a Mac.
Okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Well, that's cool.
They're using some package like that to make it happen.
That's good. I mean, because like I said, I'm trying to travel the Mac a little bit more, and that'd be great to run it instead of just like boot camp to launch Windows to use IQ feed inside of MotiveWave. So that'd be good.
Yeah, I'm also like I'm trying to work on them to let me have direct access to their servers. The only reason why you can't run MotiveWave on a Mac today is because of the client. You got to install this client on your local machine, and that manages the connection back and forth. So I've been trying to convince them, say, hey, if you guys let me access your server feed directly, then this whole concept of having to download a client goes away, and now you can run on any platform.
So you know what I'll do is I'll get everyone on this webinar to send them an email. Like they'll get hundreds of emails and they'll let you in.
Okay.
I'm joking.
That'd be nice. That'd be awesome, actually. They do recognize that it's one of the shortcomings of the product is that they are Windows only.
Right.
And they do want to address that because they're realizing that the Mac is actually a pretty big platform now as opposed to maybe 5 or 10 years ago.
Oh, sure. Oh, well, that's good. Hopefully they made some progress on that. So would you hang around here and make sure I'm doing everything right? And if you see anything I can do better, would you chime in and let me know?
Sure. I doubt I can help you do things better, but I will chime in.
Oh, absolutely can. No, I'm learning stuff all the time on MotiveWave, so appreciate it. And yep, we're gonna dive in. That was Tony Lindsay is the creator of MotiveWave. He's kind enough to join us here every Wednesday. And yeah, we are gonna switch to 9 because I kind of like to bleed over 9 a.m. start time. I kind of like to bleed over into the open here a little bit with you guys and just kind of see how things open. I always feel kind of bad when I just sign off right before the market closes or right before the market opens, and you guys are like, where'd he go? So that's okay. We're gonna go from 9 on. Crossover. Okay, interesting, Jay. Got it. Yes, Gerald, we're doing it at 9 a.m. And should we email for Mac usage? Who should we email for Mac usage? Doug, are you talking about for IQ feed or Mac or MotiveWave, Doug? All right, guys, let's dive in. So, what's up, Apple? Apple reported, I think the revenues were light and they beat expectations. We have trades on. We put an earnings trade on here yesterday. Right into an Elliott Wave, Wave 4 resistance zone, as well as kind of a Wave 5 support zone. So we'll talk about that. Kind of like what I like to do here to start. Let me get my 5 minutes. I always like to kind of start this way and just look at the macro perspective. I like to look at naked charts, no analysis, just kind of see what the trends are overnight in the overnight markets. So I right click, show extended data, that's good. So what's going on here? The S&P futures in the middle. We closed yesterday about here. So that's going to be the 26th when the volume goes out at about 4 o'clock. This must have been the Apple kind of drop away there. Well, probably not actually. That was a little bit later. That was into Asia. So that's fine. So we dropped away, kind of double bottomed here at 1880. Chopped between 1880, 1890, consolidation through London and Asia, and then we started to rally about 7:30. So we're coming in a little bid here, and I'm watching these bonds sell off here. Okay, and obviously today's Fed day, so we have the bonds selling off. I haven't even looked. I mean, I don't care all that much, but was there any data that came out at 8:30? I'm sure there was. Again, I don't really care all that much. Let me just take a look at the calendar here. 27th. There wasn't. Oh, that's interesting. Really no even data. So we got new home sales at 10. We got crude oil inventories. That'll be interesting, obviously, every Wednesday. And then we go into the Fed statement today. So, all right, I actually like moves that happen when there's no real data. So that's kind of interesting. Bonds selling off. As the stock market's kind of getting a bid. So that's fine. Let's just take a look at the NASDAQ. I'm sure it's going to be similar. And what I like to do is just right click and show extended data. And looks like it's trying to pull it in. There we go. So the NASDAQ's getting a little bit of a bid as well. So that's fine. Bonds selling off. Looks like crude is acting a little, chart's acting a little goofy. Show extended data. There we go. I don't know if crude's going bid like that. Let me just confirm on my other chart here. No, that's not right. Right now, crude's trading about 30.90. I don't know where that spike's coming, but crude's a little bit off the lows. That spike is incorrect there, coming from IQ feed, and the dollar's selling off. So that's fine. A little bit of a bid coming in. And Apple, let's take a look at the overnight action there in Apple. So we're going to go down. I think Apple's on my buy list. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're already there. So we just go down to a 5 minute, and let's just see the price action since earnings. Okay. So here we go. Earnings came out, and we had the usual volatility. Okay. We went quiet. We initially spiked up when they beat expectations, but then I think there were some figures came out. They said right now they're counting about 25% of the revenues from China. They beat expectations. The revenues were light, and they've begun to sell off. Okay, so looks like we're at a pretty good gap in price action here. I wonder what happened there. Maybe IQ feed was down between 7 o'clock at night, and then we opened back up at 7 a.m. this morning. So maybe IQ feed went down. Maybe that's kind of some of the reasons. But starting to come off the lows there a little bit in Apple. So all in all, we're down from earnings. And, you know, Apple is kind of in a dangerous position here. So let's go to the charts, and I'll show you what I'm thinking here in Apple. I'm going to take extended data off and show you New York data only. And I think it's pretty straightforward. Let me just pop a daily out and just give you the context here. You know, I'm looking at this as a pretty simple little 5-wave move down. a 1, 2, 3. We've had pretty good wave 4 rally going on here. And then if this holds as resistance, we should be able to break down into the mid 80s. And that's the call on CNBC I made a week or two ago or 3 weeks ago, and people wanted to have me burned at the stake for saying Apple's going to break below 90. So that's great. So pretty typical, the way you come up with wave 4 resistance, and we've been covering this quite a bit with clients, is I'll just start from the beginning. Ratio analysis, so I'll get rid of you. First thing you do is you take the distance traveled in wave 3, and you just do a simple fib retracement. So I'll just do it by hand for you. I just hit Control-Shift-N, which is a shortcut for retracement. So just load a high. Okay, right there. So 23, we'll get rid of him, but 38 and 50%, those are going to be pretty key resistance levels, and I'll keep 618 and get rid of everything else. Okay, and then the other study we want to do is distance traveled in wave 2 compared to distance traveled in wave 4. And those are the same two studies you do every single time for not that one, for a wave 4. I'm looking for Fibonacci down to ratios. There we go. Okay, so this tool comes out over here from the ratio, and I'm just going to click the beginning of wave 2, the end of wave 2. And before I do this, I'm going to change the color to keep them separated. And you're just going to go down to the beginning of wave 4. And I can just kind of pull this off to the side. And there's a lot of stuff in here I don't need. I'm going to get rid of 90. Oops, that was weird. Get rid of 141. And then everything up here. Okay, so what you're left with here is the 100% is the equality point. 127 is the is a 127% extension compared to wave 2, and then the 1618 is the same thing. So when you kind of put these on top of each other, they match up really well. We have a pretty good zone between 102 and 105. So what we did coming in was we sold call credit spreads in Apple into that wave 4 resistance zone heading into earnings. So we went down to trade desk. Actually, I didn't post this trade yet, just because we did it at the close yesterday. But we did a 104, 105 call spread on the top side, and then we turned it into an iron condor by selling a 95, 94 call spread. So I'll just show it to you in my platform. I'll just show you toss here quick, and I could show it to you in MotiveWave because I can pull up positions there. It's just I'm going to do this real quick. So I sold the 95, 94 put spread and then sold the 104, 105 call spread. I sprinkled in some 106s in there too. So why would I sell the 95, 94 put spread? Well, if this is a fourth wave, we're probably going to do something like this, which is, we're probably just going to chop up in here for a little while, and we need to take up some time on the clock for wave 4. Wave 4 should be at least as long in terms of time as wave 2. So if I just do a time analysis of 4v2, a 618 relationship is not till February 2nd, my birthday. How cool is that? 100% is not till February 9th. So, the reason I wanted to sell the 95, 94 put spread in the bottom is I don't think Apple's just going to drop away. I think Apple needs to kind of chop around here, chew up some time on the clock until we get out to the 618 relationship of this fourth wave compared to prior to, or 100%. And really, we should get out, to later fib time extensions, which leaves Apple range bound until February 23rd. So I kind of feel like we should do this. So that's why I said, all right, let's sell calls above, let's sell puts below. And it's really just that simple. All you're doing is comparing this correction to this correction. So that's the one trade we have on. So right now, Apple's trading at active trade. Right now we're at 96.90, so we're lower, but we're still inside of this zone, so we should be able to collect most of the profit on that trade going in. Okay, let me just read these questions here. Sorry, guys. Morning, Tom. Later, could you explain why? Yeah, 195, Wendy. Sure. Great question. I love the 180-minute chart, but if you take the amount of minutes in the stock market day, which is 6.5 hours, it doesn't divide evenly into 180. But if you take the amount of minutes in 6.5 hours and divide that by 3, that leaves you 195 minutes. So you get 3 perfect bars per stock market day. So that's why I use the 195-minute. Upin, what's up? I saw your message about text. We're going to be on that. I responded to you. So yeah, let's take a look at TLT. On TLT, it looks like wave 4 down inside of wave 3 move up. TLT, yep. Take a look. I'm not so sure in bonds. You know, obviously we'll see around the Fed. There's no statement today, which is kind of annoying. There's no press conference. I wish there was. Where's my wave count in TLT? I had one. All right. Let me. Do you mind if I talk in terms of bonds? Open. Do you mind if I talk bonds? Okay, cool. So, you know what? I'll just leave it here. I think bonds have started to break out. We've had a long-term triangle here in the bond market, A, B, C, D, E. I think we're done, and then this may be wave 1 up out of the triangle, and we're looking for wave 2 down. This is the daily, and then over here on the 4-hour, A, B, and C. So if you just do a simple measured move, I just drew a trend line. Okay, I just do a trend line of that distance. I'm going to copy paste it and just project it down. A measured move would be around 157. So I'd love to see a little bit of a sell-off there in the bond market to give us a nice A, B, C zigzag. And then bonds look buyable. Longable. How about that word? Longible? Buyable. So if we could just throw TLT over there, I'll give you the equivalent level in the bond market. Okay, that's pretty close. Horseshoes and hand grenades. So I overlaid TLT on the left scale on top of the 30-year bond futures. Equivalent level in TLT should be about 124. Chris, I hate to short it, Chris, because you're in a strong uptrend, and all I'm looking for is one more little push down, and then, you know, I think you should be moving into a third wave rally, which obviously would correspond to a stock market sell-off. If you're very nimble and you can obey stops, you have the ability to push a little lower. But for me, I'm more of a swing trader. I think it's a better trade to wait down here to get long, to buy the pullback, if that makes sense. Yep, Chris, exactly. Gold, yep, patience, I'll be on it. And being that your name is Patience, I probably should get on it right away. I'm sorry. Let's see. Where is gold? There we go. Okay, so gold is very goofy. I think I'm waiting for the ending diagonal to break. So it's a big old consolidation. So let me get real simple here. Here's wave 4. This was, I think, a long-term triangle that encompassed 2013 all the way to 2014. So it's just a nice old triangle, A, B, C, D, E. Then I think we're falling into an ending diagonal. And these things, I joke with my research customers, are like unicorns. It's very fun if you catch one, but they're kind of elusive, right? Because an ending diagonal will result in a screaming move to the upside. So they don't just hand them out, you know, for free. You've got to work for it. So I'm trying to find the end of this ending diagonal. It's a 5-wave move within higher degree 5. So it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, it's 5. Now, I might have to shift this down, shift this fifth wave down if we don't explode higher from here. And the only way we're going to explode higher from here, if something bad happens, the Fed is clearly on hold. They're not going to raise rates. So they're making us work for this one. I do have a callback ratio on in gold, which is an ideal position to trade, to counter trend trade a large downtrend like this. So, we're starting to move off the lows, but we need to get through 1150 to get this guy going. Deuce, I'm just trading. That's just 5 contracts. I'm just trading this account. I'm just trading a small, like $50,000 account. So no 500 contract positions in a $50,000 account. Patience, that's gold for you. Thanks. Yep. How many of the spread strategies can you discuss can be done in the IRA? Everything I do in here can be done in an IRA. And in fact, I have an IRA account. So this is, I have a few accounts. This is my little $50,000 account that I trade for you guys. And this is my IRA right there. And most of the trades I put on here in my regular day trading account, I put on in my IRA right there. So you just can't go short options in an IRA, right? But if you buy and sell an option to create a spread, you can do it in an IRA, and I do it all the time. Brett, VZ, sure. Let me take a look at VZ. Buy watch. Search. Stock. Search. VZ. Microsoft, Steve, we are long Microsoft. I'm going to let that Verizon come up. Verizon looks pretty good. Coming off those lows pretty well. Kind of trying to break out through 47 quarter. Did they have earnings, Verizon? I wonder when earnings are. Don't know what the wave count is, but so it's ABC. I don't know what I really don't know what that. The way I would do this, I would just go blue dot low to blue dot high. I don't know why a dot didn't show up there. That should. Measured move would be 48.82, and then if we really break through up to the 1618. So Verizon's pretty good. We have Microsoft on right now. We have a weekly put spread. We sold the 50 puts, bought the 49 puts. We got 34% credit. We did that on January 20th. Microsoft. Trade, all products, MSFT. So there's the 50-49 put spread. We're up a little bit of money. I'm up about $100 on that. I'm going fast because we're getting close here. Pretty good 5-wave move up there in the daily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Nice expanded flat, if you know Elliott a little bit. Into good fib support zone. And Microsoft's been holding up really well relative to the NASDAQ. It's a stronger market. So we are short the 40 puts, long the 49 puts into this fib support zone in Microsoft. Yes, David, I agree. I will update those charts more frequently. And again, I was traveling last week, so that's the deal. But yes, I will, I promise. That's interesting. CFTC says gold shorts near zero, says Brett. Okay. Deuce, thank you. Yep. I've been patiently adding to TLT and GLD in the retirement accounts, looking to catch the blast off. Yeah, I hope, and I don't get, these are huge monster macro moves. They could take longer than we want, but I do think that'll happen. Yep. Earl, what is the best course to get started with? Should I start with your fib course? Yeah. Yeah, fib course is a great one to start with. Yep. Has been one of my most successful ones. I've been to a few of your free webinars, but this wave count is killing me. All right, I understand. Yep. GDX, sure. I don't think I have GDX in there. Some gold miners. Actually, I should move him up into the macro. GDX. Let's get him up into macro. And that's a bit weaker than the gold market. isn't it? In fact, yeah, actually, I know the GDX is down like on the weekly a significant higher percent than gold is down. The miners are much weaker. That is just not a healthy looking chart. It took me a little while to do a wave count there. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, A, 3, A, B, C. Yeah, I don't have a feel. It's just weak. Unless gold squeezes higher, I mean this 12.5 area looks pretty susceptible. Not looking good. Kind of looks like a short. Makes me want to think that gold is not going to break higher. Looking at Netflix after earnings. Yep. We did have positions and Netflix took that out. Should be on my sell watch now. Where's Netflix? Right there. Yeah, I kind of think Netflix is breaking down. I think this was A, this was B, and now we're doing the 5-wave move in C. So the way you do this very quickly is you do A wave compared to C wave, which I've already done. Equality is minimum 88, and then down to 1272 is 78.35. So that's fine. That's Netflix. Let me just see how Apple opens here real quick. Positions, Apple. Okay, so the 94.95 put spread is being challenged, which is fine. I'm down a little bit of money there. The 104, 105, 106 is fine. Those longs, we'll keep those long puts, and then I'm going to put an order to buy those back at a nickel, because underneath a nickel is commission free. Right now, they're now 4 cents, so we should get filled. Let's see if I can pay 4 cents. And we're trading 95, so we're gonna have to guard against that 95. If we start to move down into the 95 area, because I'm short the 95 puts, we're gonna get out, but we'll watch the overall market. Working. Let me pay 5 cents. Okay, just filled on that. All right, that's fine. So that's a good earnings trade. Made some money there. I'm going to send that alert out to customers. Netflix. Yeah, Netflix I think is a sell. In fact, I'm going to get after that. If this market acts weak, I'm going to get after that. How's the S&P doing here? I think the S&P is in a 4th wave rally up. Pretty. It looks like an incomplete 4th wave, so I can't get too active yet. We need to chew up some more time on the clock in this 4th wave, and I believe the wave 4 is of the same degree as this wave 2. So it's just incomplete. We've got to kind of chop around here a little bit, and we might very well do that into the Fed. It's just not much to do there. This just wave 4 is ongoing. That's a great thing about Elliott. It takes a little while to learn, but if the minimum price and time requirements haven't been met, you're not going to try to be short for a huge breakdown here, because it's just not probable yet. So there's that. What about crude? 31.42. Something looks wrong with that quote. Something looks wrong with crude oil. Don't know why. USO is down 1% today. Okay, that's fine. Joe, I'm not going to do the VIX if you don't mind the VXX. It's so counter to the market. You can just do analysis on the S&P. It's just the opposite of what I did in the S&P, right? First Solar, sure, I'll look at it. I mean, the stock's just getting killed. Actually, it's stabilized. That's right. First Solar has come back. I apologize. It was getting killed. It's got to make a one more move. I haven't been tracking it that much, obviously. No, that's not right. I mean, that could be the end of the B wave. There's one, there's two, one, two, one. Nah. Pretty. I know it's had big percent moves. I see it. Just nothing that really sticks out to me. Sorry, there's nothing grabbing me on First Solar. I mean, I understand it's come back from the depths, but just not seeing much there. Sorry. Facebook, yep. Buy watch Facebook. And actually, I got to send the alert out to my customers. Sorry, one sec, guys. I got to send the SMS out to buy back the earnings trade. So give me 30 seconds if you don't mind. Messages. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. Booking profits. Close the, what do? We bought the, close the Jan 5 104 calls for a nickel for 0.05 or less, and leave the rest open for now. Those of you who are subscribers, you're going to get that text message in about a minute. Okay, so that's that. Let's see, Facebook, yep. Facebook, you know, I've kind of dropped off on Facebook a bit. The reason being, like, this whole thing, so we've had a rally up, a setback, a move up, and then we've just gone sideways, and then we broke down. This leaves a three-wave advance to new highs. That's not good. That's usually a B or an X wave, and then that leaves a flat correction, which means if you have 3 down, 3 up, and I'll tell you what, we can even change this to just a simple ABC, decompose as an ABC. That usually leaves a 5-wave decline to complete your flat. So I think, you know, I could be wrong, and I've definitely been wrong in the past, but I'm starting to get bearish in this market. I think Netflix, I did a free video last night on Netflix. You guys should all be on my free video list. You know, they're kind of changing the channel on Netflix if you guys got that video. So when you get a 3-wave move up like this, and then you break down and enter the territory of the last correction, which is right here, that's not good. That's the flat. Okay, that's the first situation. The other one is going to be this, which is going to be a triangle. Which still says we should head lower. I'm going to go over to Elliott Wave, bring over the triangle. So, okay. So that's going to be the beginning. And then you've your first 3-wave drop. And let me get these out of the way. Okay, there's B. And then we should have a C wave drop. And the C wave drop should be about 0.618, the distance of the alternate wave, which is A. So if you have A, you're going to take 0.618 of that. And it looks like we're going to get through that because B is so high. Let's see where the fib comes in. So we're going to ratio analysis. We're trying to study C, and we're going to compare that against A. So this is actually the 618 right here. So I would expect it to get down to a quality of about 80. All right. I don't think this is going to be a low. I do think we need to drop down in the 80 area. That's the triangle. And then the flat, as I showed in the other one, is going to take you back to the lows right there. So trust me, I know a lot of people want to be bullish here, but it looks like the pattern has broken down in Facebook, and very much the case in Netflix. And also, you want to see something crazy? I covered this with the members. Where is the wave count on Amazon? Where'd it go? Oh, okay, it's just hidden. Perfect. So check this out. Okay, I believe we are in a fourth wave right now in Amazon that is going to match up with the wave 2 back here in 2009 and 2010. Okay, why, how do you pick that out? Well, inside of 3, you need a good 5 wave move. So you got red 1, 2, breakout in 3, triangle 4, up in 5. So you're looking for the 2 biggest corrections. There's a big correction here and a big correction here. So that makes up wave 3. Setback in wave 4, you do your typical wave 4 comparisons, which is 4v2 and 4v3. So that's going to be comparing this wave and also doing a projection of this wave down. That's your 4v2. The quality is right there at 100%. And then you do a retracement of wave 3 down. And that gives you a target, around $400 to $450. So I think some of these tech stocks have begun to break down a little bit. And going over to the 4-hour, you've had a nice drop here in wave 1. If we get anything up into this zone, I might look to short some Amazon. In fact, you might even be able to be short up here. I got to watch that Apple. We're 45 cents away from that for my short strike. S&P, let's see what the spoos are doing here. Looks like not much. So the NASDAQ is down 0.5%, where the S&P is only down 0.2. Let's take a look at our sector stuff. I'll go over here to sector quotes. I sort by percent change. XLK is leading us down. That's obviously going to be Apple, and then energy, and then industrials. There's the S&P. There's financials, materials. Come here. Give me my quote. Come on. There we go. Discretionary is up. Utilities are up. Healthcare is up. Staples are up. So we've got tech leading us on the way down and staples leading us on the way up. That's not a good sign. Looks like I'm missing some quotes. Let me just pull these quotes in. And let's sort in technology. Apple is down. Oh, yeah, we got to move on Apple. All right, guys, we need to get out of Apple. That 95 put is going to be challenged. So watch Apple. We really could be breaking down on Apple, guys. Let me just underline that point I made at the beginning. What the hell? Okay, it's just coming up in the daily. All right, so we're pressing lower here. I don't think we're just going to break the new lows. Like I said, I think wave 4 needs to kind of marinate for a while. So though I'm going to be covering those short 95 puts, I do think we'll get kind of a bounce here into a flat or a triangle or a complex here in wave 4 before we ultimately break down to the 85 area. Okay, so I don't think I want to chase this to the downside. As much as I think Apple's going lower, I don't want to do it here. I want to do it from slightly higher in Apple. Okay. So I know I'm kind of missing earnings. Yeah, sorry guys. There's only so many that I can do. So guys, we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna get going. I got CNBC today. And if you guys are not involved yet and would like to take a trial, there is a link set up just for you guys, which is tradinganalysis.com/motivate. Okay. So if you go to this URL, if you'd like to take a 30-day trial to us and be involved, get the SMS alerts, daily updates, go right there, tradinganalysis.com/motivate. And instead of paying the $47 For a 30-day trial, you can pay $7. Okay, so if you want to get involved, do that. We'd love to have you for 30 days. There is no risk on that. $7 and you get full access. Okay, guys, sorry I didn't get all the questions. There's a lot. Yes, we'll record this and get it up for you today. All right, guys, thanks so much. And thanks to Tony, MotiveWave. Have a great rest of the week. Happy Fed Day. Don't think it's going to be a huge deal because there's no press conference with it, just announcement. We'll see. I don't think they're going to raise rates, so we'll see. All right. Have a good one, guys. And members, I'll see you in a couple minutes. See you guys.